Let's be honest, Thomas, you got absolutely clobbered. Clobbered. It was beautiful to watch, actually. You had a good run, 14 years, a long time, too long, many people are saying. But you decided to play tough guy. You decided to cross the line. So I endorsed Ed Gowrian, great guy, former Navy SEAL, beautiful family, loves the country, and he went out there and he totally defeated you. He took your seat, Thomas. It's my party now, completely. My team says it was the most expensive primary in human history, and you lost it by 9 points. 9 points. You got trumped.
Well, Donald, first of all, it was the most expensive primary in history, but that's because you had to partner up with 30 million of outside special interest money just to dislodge a guy who voted with your agenda 90% of the time. If you have to spend that much cash to take out one libertarian from northern Kentucky, you aren't a kingmaker, you're a hostage taker. Your own White House staff literally leaked to the press yesterday that they had to shoot a hostage to keep the rest of the party on the reservation. Is that how you govern? By executing your own allies because they don't give you 100% blind obedience?
Oh, look at him. He's hurting. He's very angry. Blind obedience, he says. No, Thomas, it's called loyalty. It's called being a team player. You're not a team player. You're a loner. You sit out there on your off-grid farm with your solar panels and your chickens, drinking unpasteurized raw milk, which, by the way, smells terrible. Nobody wants it. And you vote no on everything. You voted no on funding our military. You voted no on emergency disaster aid. You're a disaster. You voted no so many times they should rename you Thomas No Massie. The people of Kentucky got tired of the number. They wanted the yes. They wanted MAGA.
I vote no because the Constitution doesn't give us a license to print trillions of dollars out of thin air to fund endless foreign wars and domestic propaganda. You complain about inflation, Donald, but you printed more money in your terms than almost any president before you. I'm an MIT engineer. I look at the math. The math says we are 34 trillion in debt, and you just spent the last 6 months trying to drag us into an unauthorized war with Iran while funding every foreign interest under the sun. I stand for America first. You stand for whoever praised you on television 5 minutes ago.
Oh, here we go. The MIT engineer. I went to MIT. I'm so smart. Let me tell you about MIT. Very good school. My Uncle John Trump was a great professor there. Top genius, good genes. But you didn't use your brain. You used your brain to vote against the party. You aligned with the radical left. You worked with Ro Khanna, a total radical Democrat, on your little Jeffrey Epstein bill. You became very close with him. Many people are asking, why is Thomas Massie so obsessed with the Epstein files? What's going on there? It's very strange behavior, Thomas. Very disloyal.
I'm obsessed with the Epstein files because the American people have a right to know which powerful, elite pedophiles are being protected by our federal intelligence agencies. My bill passed the House 427-1, Donald. That's not a radical left fringe idea. The only person who seemed irritated that I forced the release of those files was you and your establishment friends. If you truly want to drain the swamp, why did you fight me on exposing the most corrupt protection network in modern history? What are you trying to hide?
I'm not hiding anything, Thomas. I'm the most transparent president in history. Everybody knows it. The files are fine. The files will come out. They'll be beautiful. But you used it as a stunt. You used it because you were losing your primary. You saw the polling, especially with the voters over 60, who love me. They absolutely adore me. And you panicked. You started introducing wild bills. You introduced a bill to pull us out of NATO? NATO! You wanted to leave our allies completely exposed. You're a radical isolationist. You're not a Republican. You're a Democrat in disguise. Claim number 2, you are totally anti-Israel. You've been hostile to our greatest ally since day one. Every time we try to send help, you block it. And then just last week, you introduced this ridiculous, nasty bill, the Americans Insist on Political Agent Clarity Act, where you basically tried to label our friends as foreign spies. It's a disgrace, Thomas. No wonder the outside groups came in and spent $30 million to get rid of you. You earned every single penny of that negative advertising.
You mean the bill where the acronym spells out AIPAC? Yeah, I wrote that. And it doesn't label anyone a spy, Donald. It simply closes a massive loophole in the Foreign Agents Registration Act. Right now, if you are a domestic organization whose entire purpose is to funnel millions of dollars into American elections to principally advance the diplomatic objectives of a foreign government, you should have to register as a foreign agent. It's about transparency. Why should a lobby for a foreign state have more influence over a Kentucky congressional race than the actual people living in Covington or Newport?
Because they're doing a great job, Thomas. They're protecting people and you're attacking them. You're completely out of touch. You think your little internet fans under 40 represent the country? They don't. The real voters, the great, beautiful seniors of Kentucky. They saw your votes against Israel, they saw your votes against our own defense, and they said, this guy is dangerous. You tried to isolate America from the entire world.
There is a difference between isolating America and bankrupting America. We are sending billions of dollars in foreign aid abroad while our own infrastructure is crumbling and inflation is eating away at the savings of those exact seniors you're talking about. I don't care if it's Israel, Ukraine, or NATO. I don't think American taxpayers should be the world's piggy bank, but you turned it into a litmus test. Your Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, literally flew into my district on Monday to campaign against me. A sitting SecDef campaigning in a domestic primary election. That is completely unprecedented.
Pete is a fantastic guy, great warrior, very highly respected. And he went there because we needed to save Kentucky from you, Thomas. You were an infection in the party. Look at what happened to Bill Cassidy in Louisiana last weekend. He crossed me, he lost his primary. Look at the Indiana state lawmakers who voted against my plans. 5 of them gone. Fuck around and find out. That's what my communications director, Stephen Chung, said on the internet, and he's exactly right. You try to play the independent maverick, but at the end of the day, you're just a footnote. Ed Gowring is going to Washington, and you're going back to your solar panels.
If the only way your movement survives is by purging every single constitutional conservative who dares to question your spending habits or your executive overreach, then it's not a conservative movement anymore, Donald. It's a cult of personality. I voted with your policy goals 90% of the time during your terms. But that 10% where I stood up for the Fourth Amendment or stood up against warrantless surveillance with Lauren Boebert, that's what makes you furious. You don't want a Congress. You want a boardroom of yes men.
I like yes men. When they say yes to making America great again, when they say no to my agenda, they're saying no to the American people. Chai Savra Bees, you think you're a hero because you introduced a bill allowing the interstate sale of raw milk? Wow. Incredible achievement, Thomas. The Interstate Milk Freedom Act. Truly historic. While I'm out there negotiating historic trade deals and dealing with major global crises, you're trying to legalize illegal cow juice. It's pathetic.
Hey, the people want their raw milk, Donald. They want food freedom, they want medical freedom, and they want financial freedom. They don't want a federal government checking their text messages without a warrant or tracking their bank accounts. Even in defeat, my primary showed that nearly half of the Republican electorate in my district is completely tired of the establishment machine you've co-opted. The seed has been planted.
Well, the seed got stepped on by a very large, beautiful MAGA boot, Thomas. Enjoy your farm. More milk for you, I guess.
My power's still on, Donald. We'll see who's standing when the debt bubble finally pops.